it's recording the screen, it's also recording voices. Let's solve by factoring. And you know that the way that I did teach was factoring using the box method. So let's go ahead and draw our box. We have done this so many times. We should be pros at this. What goes in the top left box? Thank you, 2x squared. How about that bottom right? Negative 15, good. Okay. Ooh, this should say equal to 0, sorry about that. Equals to 0. All right, so to find these middle pieces, we need to do a little bit of work. And we use that x, if you remember. We'll do it down here. So we're going to multiply the first number times the third number. So that is A times C. That's what goes here. This is your A, this is your C. What is A times C? Negative 30. Good. And then your B term goes right here. Not your B term, I'm sorry, your B number. So what is the B? 7. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to look at our 30, positive 30. I know it's a negative, but right now we're just listing the factors of 30. So always 1 in itself, always. It will be divisible by 2. That's 2 and 15, 3 and 10. And you can stop as soon as you see one that works. We'll just list our last one, which is 5 times 6. Do you see one where I can get a 7 out of it? 3 and 10, okay. But I need to get a positive 7. So is that going to be a negative 3 or a negative 10? Good. So remember, you can always check and make sure that this works because these two numbers are supposed to multiply to give you the top, which it does, and they're supposed to combine, so that would be a negative 3 plus 10. That's the same thing as 10 minus 3. It works. 7 and negative 30. So that means negative 3x goes here, and 10x goes here, or the other way around. Okay. Now what I like to do is cover up the bottom row, and we're going to find the GCF, the greatest common factor of both of these terms. What do they have in common? Just an x. Very good. Now, if I were to multiply the outside of this box times the top of it, it needs to give me 2x squared. So what is this going to be? X times what gives you 2x squared? 2x. X times what gives you a negative 3x? Negative 3. Good. All right, and now we're going to look at this right here. The top of this box times the side of this one is supposed to give us 10x. So 2x times what gives you 10x? A 5. And then you can double check and make sure. So this number times this number is supposed to give us this box. 5 times a negative 3 does give us a negative 15. So that helps us know that we have done it correctly. All right. So we are solving by factoring. We're not just factoring, we're solved by factoring. So what we just found were our two factors. And we're running out of a little bit of space. So what we can do is put the x plus 5 here. And then that 2x minus 3. What is it equal to? What did it start out equal to? 0. Okay. So now what we do is we set each of these equal to 0 and then solve for x. So we have x plus 5 is equal to 0. 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. We're getting pretty good at this one without having to do any work. Subtract 5 from both sides. X is going to equal negative 5. Can anyone do this one in their head?
2x equals 3 and it divides it 3 over 2.
3 over 2. We would have to move this negative 3 over, right?
Yeah.
So that means a positive 3. 2x equals positive 3. Divide by 2. I'll write the steps. I'm just running out of room.
Oh, not zero.
Okay. And when you write your answer, it's supposed to be like this with your braces. Least to greatest. So first would come the negative, and then the positive 3 over 2. So we solved it by factoring. That's the longest one. It's the one that takes the most time. Let's solve it by graphing, which means we get to use Desmos. Does everyone have this down? Okay. So that means for all of the other ones, using the graph and the table, we're going to get the same answer. All right. So to solve by graphing, what you're going to do in Desmos is you're going to put the left side into line 1. So line 1, you're going to put 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. What are you going to put in line 2? Do you remember? Not just 0, something in front of it to get a line. Y. Good. Y equals 0. So if you are allowed to use Desmos to solve, do it. Because all you have to do is just type this right here into line 1. And then type this right here into line 2. You just have to remember that you have to put a y equals in front of this. Can you do that right now for me, please? I guess I should do it up here since we're recording the screen as well. Okay, help me out. It was 2x squared. After that? 7x minus 15. And then y equals 0. Okay, so on your graph right now, just plot those two solutions because that's an easy way to start. So one at negative 5 and the other one at 1.5. So the line y equals 0, I'm going to stay color-coded, is this one. Excuse me. Y equals 0. Okay. Now we do have to draw a very good representation of the parabola. So let's see what we got here. Something that is important for us to graph is the vertex, if we can graph it. Can we graph the vertex? No. It's all the way at negative 21. So let's look at the table here. So go to this right here, and then go to table. And let's just continue and graph the points that we can. So it looks like we can graph the point 1, negative 6. What else is on there? 2, 7. 2, positive 7. Okay. What about that negative side?
Said 2, positive 7.
Yeah. Why are we not getting one right here? If this is 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's because it's not a whole number. Okay. I would like to have negative 18, negative 11. You see what I'm looking for right now? I'm just looking for good points. Just so I can get a decent picture, but it looks like the only other one right here is at 1, 2, negative 1, 2, 3, negative 4, negative 11, which is at least like we can try to graph that on there. Negative 4, negative 11. That'll help us. Negative 11 would be down here somewhere. Okay. So that means our graph is going to look, it's going to round. It's rounded and it is pointing up and to the right. And then it comes down and it comes back around. This is not a good quadratic, but that's okay. Something like that. And then color code that one as well. And the solution is where the red and the green meet. So this is a solution. And this is a solution. This coordinate point was a negative 5, 0, and this coordinate point was a 1.5, 0. Notice that it does match what we got. Negative 5 and 1.5 is the same thing as this. But you do need to know that the solution for the table, the solution for the graph is not the coordinate points. It's still the same thing. X is equal to negative 5 and 1.5. So when you look at the graph to solve, you're looking where they intersect, and your answer is those x values. Okay, now let's look at the table, solved by a table. So we're looking at the table again, and notice that we did not get our solution, which was negative 5, right? And so let's put negative 5 here, and negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, 1, 0, 1, 1.5, 2. Okay, so let's go from negative 5 to 2. This is just a horrible, isn't it? Let's do, sorry guys, 3, 4, 5. Do we have some matches? 20. Sorry, hold on. I think we're just going to have to do our own example with the table. So just go to the back so we're not confused. So go to the back, and this will be our second example given a table. Okay, so if I give you a table that looks like this, and you're going to go from -4 to 2. What is the solution for when h of x is equal to 0? What do you think we're looking for? Where is h of x? Is that your x or your y? Right here. Is that in your x or your y spot? So this here is the same thing as your y. Is h of x your x or your y? That's your y. So it's asking, where is h of x 0? And you're going to give me the solutions. When x equals what's my least to greatest? What are my solutions there? -4 and 1. Very good. What if I changed it and I said, what are the solutions for, what about h of x is equal to 6? So h of x is equal to 6 right here. So we know one of our solutions is 2. But there is going to be a second one because it's quadratic. It's going to cross through twice. How do you think we're going to find that second one? Can you guys wake up, please? Please, please. Thank you. How am I going to find the second solution? It looks like this. Do you remember this? So what would be that second solution? No, that's where h of x is 6. The solution is the x value. -5. Good. So if it kept going, this is what the other solution would be. And you have to list it least to greatest. So -5 and 2. Okay. I think there's one more thing that I need to go over so you guys can all get 100 on the quiz today. Going back to this table that we were looking at earlier, if I was to ask you, what is f of 10? Would you be able to tell me what that is? Do you know how you would do that if you're looking at the table? Normally you see f of x, right? Well, so this is telling you that x is 10. What is y? So if x is 10, what is y? Doesn't that look like a table? How could I find that right here? Yeah, just literally type in 10. It's going to spit out a number. So I have to get rid of this real quick. No. If I was to type in 10 right here, then that is saying that, people let me type. No. This is saying f of 10 is equal to 255. Okay?